Every day you are setting a standard, not just on the big days, not just when the spotlight is on, every single day. You might not realize it, but your kids, your spouse, your team, they all see it, they feel it, they follow it, or they reject it. Because the truth is, we don't rise to the level of our goals, we fall to the level of our standards. So let me ask you, are you frustrated with your team? Do you feel stuck at home? Maybe you're disappointed with how your life is turning out. It might not be the people around you. I know we always want to look and find fault in other people. And yes, there are all kinds of factors going on in your life that might play into it, but it also might be the standard that you are allowing. You're teaching something, you're modeling something, you're allowing and glossing over something, sweeping something under the rug. Even when you're not trying, your standards are either creating what you want in life or they are allowing what you don't want. But either way, we have to start with us. Your standards are directly linked to your integrity, and that is far louder than any Instagram post. It's more impactful than any speech that you make. It's far more powerful than you think, because one day your kids are going to grow up and they're going to sit across from a counselor, or they're going to stand on a stage telling their story, and they're going to say one of two things. Yeah, I know I can do anything because I watched my dad do it. I saw my dad love my mom with integrity. He was at most of my games, even when he was tired. He wasn't at all of them, but he did his best to make it to as many as he could. He took care of his body. He managed his stress well. He didn't take it out on the family. He made us feel safe. And most importantly, he didn't just talk about God, but he walked with God. He told us when he was wrong. He said sorry. And we felt like our home was a place that was safe and that brought us closer to Jesus. Or they might say, I don't really know what it looks like to be a man because you never taught me. I don't know how to love a woman or treat a woman well because you didn't love or treat my mom well. You taught me how to escape instead of how to engage. You showed me your standard, and now I'm trying to unlearn it, or I'm having to go to someone else to learn what it means to have a relationship with God, to live a life of purity and integrity. Your life is modeling something to the people that are closest to you. What is it modeling? What standard are you setting? I'm not talking about perfection because none of us can live up to that standard. Only Jesus could. But I am talking about being intentional, about being focused on what story our life is telling to the people that are closest to us. Sometimes we're just focused on the story that our life is telling to the people that follow us through a screen or from a stage or through the books that we write. But what story is your life telling to the people that know you the best? It doesn't have to be a perfect story. It can never be that. But is it a story of someone who is doing their best to live with integrity? That's why I am committed to helping people build a private life that strengthens and empowers your public platform. And it starts with the standards that you uphold. And here's two questions I try to ask myself at the end of every day. Was I consistent in my standards? Was I consistent with how I live privately and what I say publicly? And then, was I courageous? Did I push through when things were hard? Did I do the right thing even if it cost me? Did I stand my ground in faith, trusting God even when things didn't make sense around me? Was I consistent and was I courageous? So steadfast standards, that's one of the 5 guardrails that we focus on in the community that I lead for men called the Steadfast Way. It's a mastermind for men who love the Lord and they refuse to drift with their life. We don't want to just dream about impact. We want to build lives that sustain it. So let me ask you again, what standard are you setting right now? And who is watching? Who is paying attention to your life? So I want to close with this one question that I want you to reflect on and pray through. What's one standard that you need to set in your life right now? Where are you allowing something that doesn't line up with who you are in Jesus? Write out who God has called you to be, what your identity is in Him, and then the standard that you are called to set that flows from that identity. And then just kind of reverse engineer it. What actions does this person do? You know, if you're an athlete, what does an athlete do? Well, an athlete trains their body. They exercise. If you are called to be a husband and a father, then what kind of standard supports living fully in that calling? And then what actions flow from that? I want you to write that down. Ask the Holy Spirit to help you and guide you. Just lift all of that to the Lord. Ask for His help in setting the standard and living it out. And then talk to someone else in your life about it today. Because the only way that us as very imperfect followers of Jesus can live out the way He's called us to live in a way that honors God that honors our family well. We need the power of the Holy Spirit, and then we need community and accountability with other people. So talk to someone about it today, and let's set the standard. Let me know in the comments what standard you're committed to setting today, where you need to level up, where you need to call yourself higher, because I want to pray for you as you are committing to live a life that honors God, that shines brightly, and one that your kids can model and say, that is the kind of life that I want to live.